If you're on Letterboxd like me, you probably have a watch list full of films that you have no idea how to watch. So that's what we're going to talk about today. 10 movies that I want to see really bad. Now these aren't all Italian, most of them are Italian. Just for the record, I just thought it was easier to put Italian in the title. I put these movies up on a pedestal. These are seemingly some of the rarer, harder to find, and less watched films. Part of why I want to watch them so much is because you can't find them. They're unfindable. Some of these films are so hard to find that they feel like lost media. I do believe I'm going to get to watch some of these eventually, and I know some of them probably aren't good at all. Some of them will probably disappoint me or even upset me. Yet I still really, really want to track these down and watch them. So we'll talk a little bit about why I'm particularly fascinated by each and every one of these. And I know a lot of them I could probably get hooked up with. Like if I just started asking around, I can probably get a hold of them. Or if I wanted to just lay down the money to get whatever disc I can find. But doing a light search and a legal search for most of these yields no results, or very few results. So yeah, if I just asked the right people or knew the right places to look, maybe they're easier to find than it seems. And also, after putting together this video, I have decided, I love that Letterboxd has now where you can find these for streaming, but I think Letterboxd should also list where you can buy it on physical. So get on that Letterboxd. Okay, let's get started. The movie I really want to see, number 1, Desirable Teacher 2 from 1982. This is directed by Mariano Girolami. Pierino, oh my god, how do you say that? Pierino has again flunked the exams. Therefore, his desperate parents send him to boarding school. Okay, that sucked. I didn't write that. I think that one came from Letterboxd. Now, why do I want to see Desirable Teacher 2? Well, because it is starring 2 significant actors in my life, Serena Grandi and Stefania Stella. Now, how's that for a cast? Very interesting. I think it's a sex comedy, so it's like a little bit out of what I'm usually watching, but I really want to see those 2 on screen together. And Stefania Stella's filmography in particular intrigues me because I think she's only been in like 7 films. And of course we know her from Fatal Frames, and she's very interesting. I want to see more. On Letterboxd, this film has been logged 373 times, but it only has 4 reviews. So that's crazy. Only 4 people have reviewed this on Letterboxd. But it does have a 3.0 out of 5 stars. Is it streaming? Is it watchable? Is it on physical media? Well, I scrolled down and saw that this film is on a list that someone made of movies that have never had a DVD or Blu-ray release. So it doesn't have a disc release. And also, according to Letterboxd, it is not streaming anywhere. I do have a file of this, so I am going to be able to watch it soon. So I put it on this list because it's really kind of what got me starting to conceive this video, even though I am going to watch Desirable Teacher 2 for sure. Number 2 is Olga O's Strange Story from 1995, directed by Antonio Bonifacio. When Olga returns to her birthplace after a nervous breakdown, things quickly become worse for her. She starts to receive threatening phone calls referring to her by her stripper name from her time working at a local strip club. Oh my god, these synopses really suck. I'm sorry, they're from Letterboxd. But you know, maybe it's for the best because I don't want to know too much about these movies. I typically don't even read synopses, but I was gonna do it for this video. I guess lucky for us, these really suck. So, why do I want to watch this movie? Because it is starring Serena Grandi, my queen. And I just love this this title. You'll see a pattern there as I am loving these titles. Judging a book by its title. So the reason this film came to my attention is when I was reading Richard Glenn Schmidt's Giallo Meltdown 2, he described this movie and I was like, okay, must see. It also has David Brandon from Stage Fright and Florinda Balkan in it. So I think there's a lot to love here. Hopefully. I want to see this. I want it to be good. It does seem pretty erotic. A lot of the films on this list do, but you know, if it has certain cast members or other certain qualities, I'm just really interested. This film has been logged on Letterboxd only 50 times and it has only 7 reviews. This film does not seem to be streaming anywhere, and it has had a DVD release, but it seems like it was only in Italy. So for now, Olga O remains unattainable. Movie number 3. It's another great title, y'all. Perverted Adolescence. From 1974, directed by Jose Benazaroff. Mirella, a sultry, middle-aged maths teacher, falls in love with a student. But her bougie upbringing gets in the way of this fantasy love until she finds out that her best friend had sex with the young man. That was another synopsis that seemed to be directly translated from another language. So that was a little clunky. Anyway, why do I want to watch Perverted Adolescence, you may ask? This has Femi Benusi in a lead role. And I've seen her in a few giallo movies, but she's never a lead role. She's always just a supporting character. And I really like her, so I want to see more of her, and I would love to see her in the spotlight. On Letterboxd, this film has been logged 43 times, and it has 1 review. And so that's another thing I could do, is I could probably like ask these 1 to 4 reviewers where they watched it and see if I can get like hooked up. But yeah, obviously Perverted Adolescence is not streaming. It doesn't seem like it has had a DVD or Blu release, at least. I did see it's on this website called worldscinema.org, and I've never heard of this website, and I don't know what it is. It is on World Cinema. I have started listening to the soundtrack. The soundtrack of this movie is on YouTube, and it's quite lovely. Movie number 4 is Le Salamandre from 1969, directed by Alberto Calavone. Photographer Ursula and model Uta travel to Tunis for their summer vacation. Driven by an irrepressible desire, they engage in a fiery, sapphic affair. A doctor then arrives on the scene, and Ursula falls for his charms. Why do I want to see this movie? Because it has Beryl Cunningham. Again, another person we see in a lot of Jolly that is never in a lead role. So it has Beryl Cunningham, and then it also has Erna Schurner from Scream of the Demon Lover and Doll of Satan. Beautiful poster, strange title. Overall, just mysterious. I want to see this. Because like, what is this? It has been logged on Letterboxd 51 times, and it only has 4 reviews. I did see that this film is on YouTube in a very low quality and in Italian, so there's no subtitles or anything like that. According to French Wikipedia, there's no VHS or DVD release. And very interestingly, the only existing copy is held at the Italian National Cinematheque. Well, someone go grab that and make us a DVD or Blu. Film number 5 is Blue Jeans from 1975, directed by Mario Imperioli. Blue Jeans tells the story of young Daniela Blue Jeans Anselmi, a free-spirited drifter who makes her way in life by selling sexual favors and practicing petty crime. After Daniela is arrested, the man who might be her long-lost father is called into her life to look after her. I want to watch this. 1, because the title is so cute, but 2, because it stars Gloria Guida. I freaking love this woman, and I really want to see more of her films. Like, I'm open to trying her films, but I know some of them are pretty rapey. Okay, so this one seemed like it might be less rapey. I don't know though. It's definitely more popular. It has 224 logs on Letterboxd and 25 reviews. So it's up there. Of course, it is not streaming, but it is on YouTube in Italian. And I watched it a little bit of it. I love the intro. It is so cute. It also seems to have a DVD release from Sinister Cinema. I think I saw that on eBay. I don't know if it's some kind of bootleg or what. I'm not knowledgeable in how to tell what's a bootleg and what's not. Number 6 is Progetto Sapientia from 2010. Directed by Alfesta. Have you ever participated in a seance? 8 paranormal researchers meet for 7 days in the Abbey of San Giacomo to live an unforgettable mediumistic experience captured through special and innovative video equipment by Alfesta, creator of the project. The freaking obscurity of this film, it's killing me. So I want to watch this, obviously because of Alfesta, who did Fatal Frames, and it also features in the cast Stefania Stella, his wife, who was also a lead in Fatal Frames. Judging by the trailer, which is available here on YouTube, it looks a lot like Fatal Frames, and I love that look. And I'm confused as to what this film is. It kind of seems like a mockumentary. I'm not sure if it's like an actual documentary. I think it might be a mockumentary. 0 people have seen it on Letterboxd. 0 people have favorited it. 0 people have reviewed it. It's gonna drive me crazy. I want to see it. I want to see it. It is not streaming anywhere, naturally. It does have an Italian release, but there are no English subs. And also, fun fact, the Italian release comes in a set with the soundtrack, which is like really cool. I need to see this. And the trailer is on Al Festa's YouTube account, yet he has disabled all comments on his YouTube, so there's no way I can like plead or ask any questions. Number 7 is The Nude Princess from 1976, directed by Cesare Cannavaro. Agita Wilson plays an African diplomat who comes to Milan to head a trade delegation. At the delegation, she feels haunted by her past, in which she appeared in a pornographic magazine. In a series of psychedelic scenes, we learn the sordid secrets of her racy past. I want to see this because of Agita Wilson. I haven't seen any films with her in it, but she is really beautiful and fascinating to me, and I've just been reading a little bit about her, and I'd love to see one of her films. And this one stood out to me, obviously, because the title is great. It's also kind of like The Nude Vampire. Just love it. And it also has Tina Almont. Sorry, don't know how to pronounce French. And it has Luigi Pistilli in it. So some new faces and old faces. I just think this one would be really cool to see. I did read some reviews saying that it's just not very good, but I still think it would be worth a watch. It's been logged on Letterboxd 113 times and had 11 reviews. It's not streaming, and it looks like it's at least had like a bootleg release. Again, I'm not very good at discerning whether it's official or not. Number 8 is Long Lasting Days. What a cute title. Long Lasting Days from 1973. This is directed by Fernando Baldi. Andrea falls in love with Anna, a Swedish girl who has just inherited the boarding house where he's staying. When Anna is discovered to be suffering from a potentially lethal heart condition, Andrea decides to do whatever it takes to raise the money for her treatment, even if it means risking his own life. Why do I want to see this? Well, because it has Eva Aulin in it. My beautiful blonde-haired Swedish princess. I love her. I hope to see every one of her films eventually, but this one stood out to me particularly because Richard Glenn Schmidt also listed this as one of his favorite films that he watched during his giallo Meltdown 2 journey. It has 71 logs on Letterboxd and 11 reviews. It is not streaming. It does seem to have at least some bootleg DVDs floating around out there, but like I just took to searching on eBay because it's really hard to search things on Google nowadays. Is it just me? Number 9, The Sweet Pussycats from 1969. This is directed by Joseph Zakar, an officer and a count who who live in opposite ends of the same castle bet each other who will be the first to bed their new virgin maid. The winner will get ownership of the castle. Now I want to see this one because it is starring Edwige Fenech. She's been in like a lot of movies, and I again am open to exploring any of them. But this one just stuck out to me because she's so prominent on the cover and it has a really cute title. I don't think this is considered one of her best. Some of the films that she's in do look pretty bad. This one seems like it might be okay. I don't know, I just want to see it. And this looks like a period piece, so I haven't seen her in that way before. This has been logged 87 times on Letterboxd and has 13 reviews. I did find this film on Internet Archive, but it's in German. There is a DVD out there with English subs, so it's not impossible to see. And the last film I want to tell you about today is Screams in the Night from 1981. This is directed by Vittorio Salerno and Ernesto Gastaldi. When a member of a group of occultists is violently slain, the rest retreat to the woods where they are haunted by an apparently supernatural force. Have you seen Libido? Do you remember the blonde lady from Libido, Mara Merrill? I just really liked her. She was so fresh and different and funny, and I thought she was just so pretty. And she was married to Ernesto Gastaldi. So this film is another one of their projects they did together in 1981. And it sounds like that synopsis sounds like it might be right up my alley. I would just like to see Mara Merrill in a lead role again and see what other kind of stuff they did together. Oh, it also has Luciano Pagozzi in it and Martine Brochard. This has 55 logs on Letterboxd and 4 reviews. Side note, do y'all know that Ernesto Gastaldi has an Instagram? Well, he does, and he posts about his wife constantly. She died a few years ago, and he posts about her constantly. Is it streaming? Bitch, no, it's not streaming. But apparently it's on watchlegally.com. That's another website I don't know anything about. It also doesn't even seem to have a DVD release. But I mean, look at this cover. Look at this poster. It doesn't seem like it would be streaming or have a release. But like, I hope it comes out someday, somewhere, somehow. Okay, and that's my list of 10 movies I really want to see really freaking bad. Have you seen any of these? You want to hook a girl up? Let a hoe know down below. Do you know anything about these movies? Do you know any rumors that they might become accessible one day? If this was fun for you, I could definitely do more of these. Obviously, like everybody, I have hundreds of films on my Letterboxd watch list, knowing that finding many of them will prove to be quite challenging. So thank you for watching this. I hope you had fun, even though we were talking about some really obscure crap here. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm trying to get the word out to you guys. My friend Peter just released his giallo-inspired horror short film. It's called Till Your Last Breath. It's here on YouTube. I'll link it up here. I'll link it down below. Please go check it out. It's about 15 minutes long. Leave him a comment, show your support, and tell him I sent you. Okay, ciao.